I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we
What up? Welcome into Sports Money's Pregaming here at 5 p.m. My ear is ringing. I don't know what's going on. It feels blocked and ringing at the same time. But that ain't going to make a difference because we are here to smash the books together tonight. It's going to be a short show, but it's going to be a good show. We got to get the dough. We're going to be knocking on the bookies' door. Going to look forward to you guys sharing your best bets in the chat. Looking forward to a big night for the Flyers and the Carolina Hurricanes game. I got some T&A for you guys. That's right. Trends and angles. Here to share. And I don't care. I'm looking forward to a big evening on the board myself. For those that are part of Winnable, I don't know if I gave this out as part of the free Winnable. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I just care too much about everybody, and I want everybody to eat. Yep. Aston Villa gets it done for us, you guys. 2 days in a row. Soccer win for the Winnable squad. I believe I gave out the free play yesterday as well. Let's see. Yes, I did. PSG under 4. How about that? I had to keep it for myself. Actually, I didn't know I was going to play it to the last minute, but the parlay of Aston Villa and the over 2.5. But hey, we're cashing already. And what a glorious afternoon it's been of baseball. I've got to sneeze, but I'm going to hang on to it. Apparently. I'd rather not. But I'm going to hang on to it. As hard as it's like, hey, listen. We saw an example yet again. Don't play with these trends, man. You're going to get burned. I talk about 21 years, and my friend says, I wonder how many of these guys were playing baseball 21 years ago, or something to that effect. Or he wonders how many of Irvin's teammates were playing baseball for the Nationals 21 years ago. I don't care. 21 years. Washington Nationals get the win against the Minnesota Twins. Don't you doubt the T&A, baby. Everybody likes a good T&A, don't they? I know my man X Snizzle gets down. He says, let's get that cash. Shout out to Blake M in the house. Appreciate you guys joining here. Let's go, man. We got the scorebots giving us the updates. Now, listen, I was pretty wrong on this Reds game. I told you guys Cubs on the show, and I don't know. I told you I like the Imanaka over 6.5 strikeouts. I do know that. That was the official prop that I gave out. Now that Imanaka's out of there, maybe we're going to see, I don't know, it's the ninth inning here. It's probably looking pretty bad, but we did cash the plus money on the K prop. So feeling pretty good. Now, that being said, my plays all start here for the evening. So plenty of time to go. Get your dough with me here this evening. I know a lot of people disappointed about this Guardians game. I saw a lot of people on the Kansas City Royals. Stop it. To me, I decided if the path leads to Kansas City, I take no path. Give me the hammer and I'll smash myself in the head. I'd rather do that than implode my bankroll. And you know, the funny thing is about this Kansas, I was thinking about this with there's another couple spots that kind of show up the same way. It's the team. Like the metrics and sometimes your models and formulas, sometimes your trends, they just keep identifying one team because of, the way the metrics are kind of driven. And then you have to look at that team and say, well, wait a minute. if the trends showed me Minnesota today, I'd say, wait a minute. The Minnesota Twins are a cluster team, as I talked about today. They win in bunches, they lose in bunches. Now, I was dead wrong on the under in the New York Yankees and Texas Rangers game. That game went over. The Yankees put it over themselves. But I do have action for you guys here. We've got baseball galore. We've got 2 640 games, MLB.TV games, the Athletics and the Phillies, the Baltimore Orioles and the Miami Marlins. Then we've got Tampa Bay and Boston before we wrap it up with the St. Louis Cardinals, San Diego Padres game. I don't want to rehash everything I gave you guys already. There's plenty of time to go check them out. Fast forward. The timestamps are up for you guys to get that cash. Now, we do have work to do this evening because there's a lone playoff game, NHL-wise. I think we'll get a Nerfy in here for this evening's slate. Then we've got 2 NBA games. The Cavs and the Pistons will be taking shape. Followed up with the Lakers and the OKC Thunder. The Thunder. To the Thunder. So that's the way we're going to go chase it down this evening, you guys. You know I'm going to bring some trends to the table with you guys. Where's the... yeah, okay. I had to look at something. I think I'll add a play. I think I'll add one baseball play for you guys here. In addition to the Nerfy game. How'd that be? How'd that be? Let's see. Let me see. Yep. We'll take that one. And we will take the Pirates putting the thump down. I told you guys, man. Sometimes the brain has to analyze on the fly. On the fly. Told you the pitching matchup actually was an enhancement. Despite, it's funny. People might think I'm a little crazy for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, let's do this. Shit. All right. You know what we're going to do? Okay. Might be a little inflated here. It's okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this last place slid in there for everybody to benefit from. So I'm trying to get you the best number I can. And there it is. Okay. I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about winning. I know that. I know we've been doing plenty of that. So very excited. Yesterday had a really nice baseball evening. What a great close, man. I was just firing. It was such a great day for plus money in the dog business and baseball yesterday that I can only hope. And some of you guys that are still on the fence about baseball, man, don't be sleeping on that ball. Can pay for all. We had a nice day, though. We cashed both Nerfies yesterday. I gave you guys the Phillies and the Red Sox. Both those came through for us. Gave you the Sixers. People thought I was nuts. You're nuts. You're nuts, Hanrahan. There's no Embiid. I mean, the play was right on. Don't matter. They've been playing without this guy all year. And you're going to give me more points? Stop it. Sadly, the Maxey move was too much, though. He was 24.5 points. He went up to 27.5 points. He ended up with 26 points. So that stinks a little bit. Not too satisfied with that one. But La Habitants take the loss. Buffalo answered the call. Now, this is where I talk about the models are going to show. Models probably going to show Montreal again tomorrow. How could Buffalo sustain a back-to-back homestand in the second round after a big early beating just to kind of let Montreal back in there a little bit with 2 goals? I had my sides right for winnable. I had my totals wrong here for the NBA. The Spurs look like it's funny. I was talking with Shark earlier today. It looked like both games totals, like the Sixers game total was going to go way over the number. And it fell short. And then the Spurs game was live 203.5 the whole time. And then it ended up going over. So what can you do? but try to fire back today, get that bag. And I think we're going to do just that, you guys. So I'm looking forward to giving you guys some winners tonight. We're going to go with some of the premium card deliciousness of the night. Sadly, the Reds lose 8-3. The Guardians beat the Royals. But I've got sharp respected betting information for you guys. There we go. AB is validating it. He says that Knicks game live was 235 and it still went under 213. Is that not astonishing? Really blown away by that. Not sure what's going on with the automated push here. But I know my nose itches. So let's do it. We don't need to be here forever. We don't need a whole evening of action. We've got plenty of plays to get to. We've got a live bet show going again for the playoffs. The fellas will be capping it for you, giving you their best bets. Just laughing, thinking about some of these baseball scores. Isn't baseball funny? You look at it and it's like, how can you not romanticize about baseball? Fucking Imanaga does get the win. Plus 115. Gets his over strikeout prop, of course. Jeez. Anyhow, let's get into it. You guys know the deal. We need your support here. We got to keep this thing growing. You know what happens here is we get a little stagnant. We start missing out on some of these like button pops. And then all of a sudden, things kind of die down a little bit. People aren't getting the notifications that we're here, that we're rocking, that we're live. So if you guys haven't done so already, you like what you're hearing, you like the content, you like the way we break the action down, you like all the shows that are coming your way, all we ask you to do is smash that thumbs up button as a sign of your token of appreciation. Show us that support. Take a second. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Let's go. And there you have it, you guys. I'm ready to go here for this card this evening, though. No more messing around for the Philadelphia Flyers as they take the approach this evening that it's pretty much winner take all. Got to win this game. They started out pretty strong. Then they just kind of fell apart there at the end. They couldn't score. In that third period into overtime. Couldn't get it done, but it was yet another overtime. So this Philly-Carolina series is 5-1 in overtimes. 5 overtimes, 1 non-overtime. Philly's only won one of those games here, but I'm telling you, I think tonight can be the night. First of all, Vladar has been phenomenal. They're not quite catching the wins, but there's a couple things that I like going on about this Philly team. First of all, they drafted a kid that was playing junior hockey and the Barrie Colts, I believe it was. They're bringing him in. What I really like about that is Philly's saying, you know what, we're just going to treat this like it's a development opportunity in these playoffs, which frankly, I think is pretty smart. You got to get these young dudes some experience. So they brought in, the Michigan State kid, and he's been on fire. They bring in Bump, and he's been doing well. And now they're going to bring this next guy in. And, overall performance-wise, why not? What do you got to lose? You're already getting busted up. Bring in some youth, bring in some excitement, get everybody jacked up. They get fired up in the locker room when there's a new kid coming in there trying to make his debut. And his OHL season just ended, I think it was Monday. So literally fresh in, they're calling him up. They're going to see what he's got. A couple of weeks later, I think it brings a little good intensity to the locker room, gets everyone jacked up and excited. We know Blood Clot Anderson's playing on the other side of things. 34 or 36 saves in game 2. The Flyers were shooting the puck. He's got a 1.02 goals against average in the postseason, though. It's going to be hard to get it by him. And for that reason, I like the under as well. But I think you can't sleep on this total, on the side. You're just getting really good plus money pricing here. And look, you want to talk a little bit about the momentum and the opportunity. I mean, overtime games are coin flips. I always joke with Shark when he talks about it's a coin flip. Well, we got to find a way to win those coin flips, right? I'll give you 2 peripheral metrics, I think, that dictate this game. One, the Flyers are 23-14-4 at home. regular season. It's pretty fucking good. Okay. They lost a 4-3. They lost close games to the Carolina Hurricanes every single day. Is that likely to happen? I don't know. I guess. I mean, if a team just has your... do you think we're likely to see Carolina sweep everybody on their way into the championship? Carolina, Las Vegas? I don't know. Carolina, Colorado? Maybe. Probably. But I think it starts with goaltending. I think you got to mix it up. You got to play off this home crowd. And then on top of that, look at Philadelphia, 5-on-5. They're putting pucks in the goal. 2.41 goals expected. Now, Carolina's finding a way to get out there as well with 2.76. So that kind of shows you that's how tight this series is. And if you go to the power play or the penalty kill, that's probably going to be where the game is decided. So now you're giving me the home team, getting the home calls in front of the home crowd and a back against the wall, do or die with fresh energy and everybody jacked up here. I think it's a good flyer spot with a nice price tag to go along with it. And fuck this Carolina Hurricanes team. Probably. How can you not look at Stankoven on the other side? Giving the old Stankster some playing time out there. But I'm going to officially give you guys the Philadelphia Flyers. Oh, I hope that wasn't a Freudian slip. Shout out to Nicholas Andy. So, yeah, it's a little bit of it's my heart that's in this thing, but it's my head as well that's telling me this is a good looking spot there. I was going to give you guys the Pirates live, and they just fucking crumbled. I'm sorry, they didn't crumble. They fired. I give you the Mets live. What's that price tag right now? I took some Mets some pre-floppage on the Mets. Just because I thought it was too good a price tag. And now we're past this rook. Plus 104 for the Mets. What's going on? Is there a guy on base? Is that why we're at where we're at? No, I'm going to take the Mets. Plus 104. Join me on a plus 104. See if we can put up a score for the squad. More things in development as well, you guys. We've got new content coming down the pike. Get ready and get set. We're going to put some summertime merch together as well. Maybe the sports money swim trunks. I don't know. Some of you guys have been talking about t-shirts. It's not hoodie season, although I'm rocking a hoodie. It's a little chilly today, 49 degrees. Is it because Moniak's on base or on deck here? Does he fucking smash it yardstick? He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout today. Live betting. It's always fun. Nobody does it better than the Sports Money Network, you guys. Let's go to the Nerfy business here. And the Nerfy business for me has me pointed to, several games on deck here this evening, sort of, right? Oh, does he fire? Is that why it's darked out? No. I took 2 Nerfies here. And they're both the primetime games. It's a little pricier than I'd like in the Boston Red Sox side of things here, but I like the Boston side and I like the San Diego sides here. I think both these teams with these pitching matchups, kind of contrary to popular opinion. We know Tampa Bay's been at home anyways, holding it down, right? Just can't fucking lose at home. Bring them on the road, different story. I probably would play a Yerfie in that Phillies game. I just couldn't officially get there. I'll tell you what I did take in this Phillies game. We'll talk about some player props here. I went on the Ginn side of things, okay? And I took his under 4.5 strikeouts. Not a big under strikeout guy, but I thought the matchup made sense. I really think the more I look at this game, the more I think the Athletics are going to struggle. But check out these numbers for this dude. I mean, you could probably consider an alternate, right? His number's 4.5. That's his consistent number. It's not moving, and it's juicing to the under. He's gone under the number 4 of 5 games. He's gone under the 7 of the last 8 starts overall. He's only putting on an 18.7% strikeout rate. And his K to 9 ratio is that sub 1. It's 7.1 to 9. So Phillies show plate discipline against righties, particularly. We talked yesterday why the Athletics' first five was to play had a lot to do specifically with the fact that the Bryce Harper-led Philadelphia Phillies against lefties do tend to struggle. But I think this is a good opportunity for you to take advantage of the under 4.5 strikeouts there. And I'll give you the Max Meyer over. Now, here's the problem with Max Meyer. The problem with Max Meyer is he's a win one, lose one. In other words, he don't back him up. He's young. He's inconsistent. And if you're looking at some baseball, some impromptu baseball spots here as we're talking live with you guys at the Sports Money Network, then you've got to consider the fact that this guy can fall off the wagon pretty hard. 0-10. If he wins his last start, he fires back off with a stinker. Thing is, the Marlins are, I told you guys this earlier, the Marlins suck. And so I don't care about their numbers. From a franchise perspective, they're the lower tier. They're below the gap. You guys ever heard of the gap? I don't mean the store, although shit. If you guys are my age, when you were a teenager in school and early 20s, rolling around the mall and going to the Gap always was a fun. That and the Abercrombie store seem to have excellent recruiting practices. But the gap as it relates in sports, right? It's the teams that's the good teams versus the rest. And, perpetually the Marlins are always below the gap. So what happens in a lot of cases is you get a team in Miami teams that are playing Miami have already won the series by the time they get to the end of the series. And that's why the Marlins find a way to go out there and smash. But I'm going to take the Max Meyer case. I'm going to go with his over K prop. His numbers are 9.7 to 9. So we need him to go maybe a little past this fifth inning or at least get a couple early. If he bags up 2 in the first inning, we're going to be in a really good position to get this done. He's got a 24.3% strikeout rate. It seems to be the league average is around like 21. So if we can get 3 points above it, we want to take the over. And if we get to go 3 points below it, like we did in the case for JT Ginn, we're going to take the under. This one's pretty evenly priced around minus 115 on top of that. So let's hope he gets in the heater. Let's hope he goes out there. He punches out 6 dudes and, we'll see if Miami can find a way to win the game. So I got a couple player props for you there. Gave you that Imanaga plus money K proper. That was a fucking thing of beauty. I want to see where, just so we're on the same page, my Christian Scott strikeout prop plus 110. He put up 6. So the K prop dashboard is on fucking fire today. What did Irvin do? Irvin's prop out was pegged at 4.5 strikeout. Probably the lone asshole as I'm shit talking. Yeah, probably the lone asshole. Yep, he was. So today we're 2-1 with huge plus money scores on, not huge plus money scores, but Shota was 117, I think I said. And then Christian Scott was 110 and we lost at even money, Jake Irvin. So JT Ginn under 4.5 strikeouts and Max Meyer over 5.5 strikeouts. Couple player props for you guys to make the bookies panties drop. I hope you guys play some of these, at least parlay them, throw a couple bucks on them. I gave you 2 Nerfies. I gave you 2 strikeout props. I always kind of think those two go hand in hand, although I know there's not really any official correlation out there, but we've got the NHL playoffs. I give you a lean to the under in that spot too. And I talked about Stankoven as a fucking point producer. It makes me sick as we look at that, but mentioned to you guys before, it's going to be a short show. You want my best bets. You want me to, here's the access to information right here. Shout out to Gorky dropping his Pistons Padres. We know the Gork man. He's a parlay guy. So he's giving you the Pistons and the Padres at plus 130. Shout out to Peter Gracia. I'll give you guys access to information. We've got tools. We've got technology. We're trying to load share, cost share this stuff with you guys so that we can bring all this information to you. And if you want to say thank you, you want to show some support, you want me to whittle it down and give you my best bets, my extra selections. You'll never miss things that drop, like when I make a soccer player, a tennis play late night. You can do that over at Winnable for less than 70 cents a day. You can get all my plays. Man, take it for the next 6 months. We're going to have a rocking baseball season. We're just getting started. Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
I secretly am pretty good at soccer. I don't like the sport at all, but you'll get those plays at Winnable. How about my mic, man? That mic gets me excited. Remember that last cut I had for the Winnable commercial there? You could sound like I was talking through my computer on the first cut. I probably was, and I didn't want to go back and edit it again. So anyhow, that's the deal there. We've got Nerfies. We've got hockey. We've got basketball. We're talking basketball. We got the Cavs and the Pistons. You know the Cavs are going to win. Or I'm sorry, the Pistons are going to win the whole NBA championship, and I don't see that today is any different. We saw favorites fire back and get on the right track the last time out. And I gave you guys the TNA, the word on the TNA earlier today. You know, they can't understand it. It's not a streak, it's a trend. But they look at the lineup and they're like, well, none of these guys were around 20 years ago. Doesn't matter. It's a pattern. The universe is identified. And I'm here to drop it in your hands so that you can decide if you want to go cash the window with me or not. And I got one here in this first NBA game as well. I wouldn't just leave you guys high and dry. 58% of the bets, 53% of the cash are on the Pistons. It is a coin flip. As far as the cash flow is concerned, there's no movement. The total's moving on up. 213.5 to 215.5 with 87% of the bets and 89% of the cash on the over. It is moving to the over, guys. Here's the deal. If game one goes under, the zigzag. Road team off a loss, 36-16 to the over. Road team fires back. It's pretty good. Pretty good in the last 23 years. However, one of my favorites. Let's look at the second round. Game 2. Would you believe over the last 20 years, we got ourselves an 8-1er featuring the over in this spot? The road dog didn't cover the last time out against the same division opponent. The total goes over the number. It's 8-1 in 20 years. Now, some would say 9 games isn't a big enough sample. I would argue the point that it's a 20-year sample. And this is where the pattern has presented itself to show you to smash the over. Now, you want to talk about the players in this game, we could do that too. I'm telling you, the pattern is out there. It has identified a game 2 trend. And remember how fire we were in the last round of the NBA playoffs. They want to make it look hard. They can't wrap their small little brains around some of this stuff. And I'm not talking about our squad. Of course, you guys know the deal there. But look, man, you got boys that can drop some points, man. They can hoop. You got Cade Cunningham. Cade himself is a fucking 50-pointer. Put up 45 and 32 in back-to-back games of the first round. He's part of the reason that game 7 went over the number. Now you bring in Durin. Man, oh man. How about Duncan Robinson? Can he go out there and continue to play above expectation? Can James Harden fucking make a pass? I mean, if James Harden can pass the ball, control his fucking fumble hands a little bit, we should see some more points getting on the board as well. He looked atrocious in his last game from a turnover perspective. And then you want a line index here. Regular seasons, 227s to 238s, 238.5s with these teams. So collectively, I gave you a 20-year trend. I'm seeing guys that like to hoop, and I'm seeing the opportunity for points to get on the board. I agree with it. I think the line's moving in that direction. It's showing us what's up. I like the Pistons to win the game again, but I think your more appropriate play here in the NBA. Just take them to score some points. Let's see points. Let's root for a higher scoring game. And let's see if we can buck the old trend, the old buckos. Now I got a streak for you. And it's going to lead me to the second game, which we will talk about how the streak impacts the trend here with a 15.5. This line is almost identical to the last game. It opened at 15.5 last game. It's at 15.5. The almost is the fact that it moved to 16.5 for the Lakers. And remember, they lost by 18. The difference today is with 58% of the bets and 58% of the cash on the Lakers, this line hasn't moved today. So I thought that was a little interesting takeaway from previous game to this game. And, you know, maybe that was the shading. Maybe last game it was showing the over. And then, it was showing the OKC Thunder. And it moved in that direction. Today, though, I'm going to back these Lakers. If they're on a 3-game under streak, the trend is 8-0 for the Los Angeles Lakers in this spot. So money coming in on the big dog. It was a close, tight spread last time. The line moved 2 points, and they lost by 2 points. I think we're deciphering the code here from this game versus last game and deciding that, yeah, probably the Lakers get swept. Maybe it's a gentleman's sweep. I don't know. You guys think the Lakers have, I don't think the Lakers have a chance in this year. I was just happy that we cashed our plus 650. That was dumb. Those were some dummies out there. But, you know, listen, the spread, by the way, the average line the Lakers were getting in those games off of 3 straight unders, basically a pick 'em. And they were, you know, covering by 10. So today we're getting 15.5. If ever they were a live dog, it's right now. They are 8-0 straight up in that same timeline of 3 straight unders. So if it's going to be a gentleman's sweep, could be tonight. What a letdown LeBron was the last game, though, man. I thought for sure, you know, just looking at those spots out there. I'll tell you this one, too. It's not quite intersecting zeros, right? But the Thunder, monsters. Game 2 of a series that covered as a double-digit favorite the last time out are 12-26 against the number. It's not a perfect zero, but I gave you a little love for why the Lakers should cover. I'm telling you why the OKC Thunder won't cover. And the average line they're getting, they were laying 16. I think it's a good looking spot. This is a very similar index to that number I'm sharing with you right there in 12-26 against the spread. So we essentially got a 2-1 shot that the Lakers covered, almost a 3-1 shot now if you factor in that 8-0 Lakers spot. So got to play the odds, got to play the numbers. I like winning playoff basketball games as much as I like winning playoff hockey games here, but I just don't see I'm not crazy. I don't see a world in which the Lakers go out. I mean, I guess it could happen. It's going to be OKC versus the Spurs. It's going to be the Knicks versus the Pistons. And it's going to be the Pistons versus the Spurs in the championship, with the Pistons losing to the Spurs in 6, probably. And I've been saying that to you guys since November? So here we are. Now, winning games outright and covering spreads are 2 different entirely situations, right? We know that from the top to the bottom, but trying to give you guys some insight, trying to give you some, you know, prognostication so that you can maybe put some future bets together, like Cy Young candidate Shohei Ohtani, especially with Derek Skubal getting knocked out of the lineup. Although they said Skubal's surgery went really well. Apparently, he's only a couple days away from getting back out there, throwing balls and warming up again. So shout out to him, and a speedy ass recovery, man. Good on them, boys. Love the AI clips, you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying what's happening here with the Sports Money Network, continuing to build some things out for you guys, showing you guys more and more scores, more and more updates, more and more clips, trying to get the boys involved. I'd love to see a world where our contributors here are making a play on the social media spaces that we have with Instagram and Kick and Twitch and all the rest out there, you guys. Just a short little breakdown that says, who do you like? And let's get that stuff going so we can continue to build out this social footprint for the new Sports Money Network. I got sharp perspective betting, and then we put a bow on this show, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight for Thursday's edition of the Pregame and on the Sports Money Network. We are just one day away, and listen, I hope you are truly taking advantage of this information I'm sharing with you. I've said before, you think about it. Why is it so nice the way we have this thing set up? Because we give the brain time to rest. You know, think of the brain's a muscle, right? Think of your muscle. Think of your workout regimens. If you get up and you're working out all day, and then you come home and you start working out again, and then you work out again during dinner, are you going to be effective at your workout if you do it again at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 12 a.m.? No, the body needs time to rest and recover, and your brain's no different. So the Pregame and Sports Money Network has you guys covered. At 9 a.m., we give you the overnight looks from Las Vegas. At 12 p.m., we give you guys midday. We go baseball. We want to make sure you have time for the afternoon games, time to get those plays in, sides, totals, props, parlays, you name it, we're covering it. 5 o'clock, we give you guys pre-gaming here on the Sports Money Network before we go live, and then live bet with you guys and enjoy the evening from the efforts that we've put together all day. We're not saying, hey, go out there and try to beat the lines overnight. No. I want you guys to rest. The brain can't think any longer. You're fried. You're no longer making good decisions. That's a fact. So give yourselves that time to rest and recharge. It's so important to making good betting decisions the next day. But that being said, the Sharps do fire sometimes overnight. They've been firing on this Flyers game for 2 days now. So you got to take that into consideration as we look at these numbers. Let me find it here. There it is. Sharp respected betting information has come in here. Now, they do have some future bets in here as well. Futures meaning tomorrow and the following day. They took the Ducks tomorrow. They took the Avs on Saturday. They got the Buffalo-Montreal game going over 5.5 tomorrow. I would kind of maybe recommend you get that one in there just because that could be a 6 by tomorrow. Right now, it's a -125 Montreal-Buffalo over. And here's that little reverse line movement trend of the Philadelphia Flyers. They've been betting Montreal-Buffalo over for 2 days. They've been betting Philadelphia for 2 days. They're going into the NBA tonight. Last night they had what did they have last night? Last night they future bet the OKC Thunder tonight. Last night they had the Pistons for tonight. Both those spots were bought last night for tonight. They also had the Knicks and Philly game under. How about that? They had the Spurs and Minnesota game and the reverse line movement trend to the under as well. Tonight, they're validating. They're doubling down OKC Thunder, Detroit Pistons. They're taking the Sixers. -1.5 for that next game of the series. They like the over in that Philly Sixers game as well. So that is your NBA report. And then as far as Major League Baseball, this is the big stuff, man. They took a big pop on the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals catching sharp respected betting against the San Diego Padres this evening, plus 140-ish price tags. I get that. And I think I like that, especially because the Cardinals are 9-1 as dogs in their last 10. They also took the under in that game as part of the reverse line movement trend out there. And that is it. Oh, there go the Rockies. Smashing. 6-2 Rockies. It was always the Rockies. That's that bad. Anyways, you guys, that's the way we are going to put the bow on this show. If you guys are checking us out live or the replay, be part of the replay club, man. Leave a comment. Tell me you're watching on the replay. Tell me your favorite side, your favorite total. I want to recognize those that come in after the fact. Check out this content, looking to get some insight, at least hearing the trends, right? You want to catch the trends and the angles, the TNA. You want to hear the cash flow splits, see if it changes as the evening progresses. There's lots of ways to recycle this programming, and that's why we moved it up to 5 p.m. so that you guys have more time to take action on the information that we share with you guys. So that being said, you guys, behalf of the Sports Money Network, I hope you have a great evening. They're going to be live in about an hour talking NHL, watching that Canes and Flyers game. Hopefully you swing back on through. If you do, tell Mikey Money sent you on that way. And I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll do it again. We'll talk about this action. We'll talk about that action. We'll talk about everything you saw here tonight and then some props, sides, totals, nerfies, yerfies, sharp respected betting, general information taking place in the business. You name it, we got it covered here at the Sports Money Network.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the